How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Robert Arms. My name's Rob, and I'm the host of this channel. Today, I was doing a little bit of tinkering with this M4 carbine that I got. I wanted to revert it back to a more of an original state, like early GWAT style, and I wanted to do a video on that later. I thought it'd be a really cool topic to explore. I hate that I can't work on it on camera because YouTube does not like weapon modification. They hate us. Anyway, there's a lot of things I want to address about the channel, about the state of Guntube, and recent events that have come to light that are really going to steer things moving forward with what I want to do with this channel. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, I want to say that we've hit 3,000 subscribers on this channel, which is good news, and that means the channel is slowly growing, and that wouldn't have been without you guys. If it weren't for your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes, we wouldn't be where we're at, so I greatly appreciate that. So where do I want to move this channel moving forward, right? So in spite of all the things that have happened recently, I think it's become imperative that the content that I traditionally do needs to change. Typically, I focus on weapon mechanisms, historical background of weapon platforms, and that's mostly because my background is mostly in weapons manufacturing, right? I've handled plenty of firearms in the past. I know how to shoot relatively well, but not good. I want to focus more on weapons training and qualifications. I bought a shot timer, so I'll be definitely running more drills, action shots, and things of that nature that can only help me be a better shooter and to create more useful content for the channel. So that's kind of what I want to do moving forward. Now that we got some one-on-one time, I want to address some stuff about, the guntuber sphere right now. So I I've always watched a lot of GunTube over the years, and I've always wanted to find a way to be involved one way or another, and I needed to build up my own credibility with my background to be able to feel like I can finally actually start making this kind of content. A lot of people over the years have made incredible use of this platform, like Brandon Herrera, Admin Results, Hickok 45, Ian McDormick from Forgotten Weapons, legends like Paul Harrell. These guys absolutely inspired me to want to do this myself, and, I want to be able to bring something useful to the table. And speaking of usefulness, I've also seen another side of GunTube that I feel like does not help the American people whatsoever, and that is, the GunTube drama, the pointless shilling, and the constant infighting that I see online. I'm not going to say who they are. I don't want to be involved with it or whatever, and sometimes I don't even know if it's real. Maybe they just do it to generate the views and the clicks, but regardless of that, I feel like it makes us lose sight of our mission as gun tubers, right? And really, as Americans in general, we want to fight to protect our Second Amendment. Over a year ago, I stood on the grass of the American Revolution's first battle at Lexington, Massachusetts, and that's where I made my first video. And I'll say it then, and I said it now. I'm doing this because I want to partake in defending the Second Amendment. I want to make useful content for this platform so that young people such as I can still have a voice in this sphere and continue the tradition of firearm ownership and competent use of said firearms when it comes to defending your life, your family, and your liberties, right? So I feel like that stuff is gravely important, and especially now. As fellow gun owners, we all know the reality of life is that we don't live in a safe place, no matter where you are. Throughout history, human beings have committed acts of egregious violence for all kinds of reasons, from the dawn of time to the present day, and we still see it now. But as an American, you have the right to be able to defend yourself from that. And that's what I want to really use this platform to help pursue. As long as we hold ourselves to a higher sense of morality, and if I can create content that can help people competently defend themselves against acts of egregious violence, then I would have ultimately been able to achieve my goal. Anyway, I hate to leave things on such a somber note, but it's just the times we're living in right now. A lot of people have a lot of mixed emotions, and I think it's the kind of direction I want to push the channel moving forward. If you agree with the sentiment I've kind of brought upon today, leave a comment about it. Let's discuss it, and let's see what we need to do moving forward. I don't want to hold you guys up too long. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and if you want to follow me on any updates regarding the channel, check out my Instagram at RobertArmsOfficial. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please stay safe, and I hope to see y'all in the next video.